Hey guys, Steve Trowbridge here. So I'm here to talk about the reports that Sting was injured at Night of Champions. Now, I didn't watch Night of Champions. I don't buy the pay-per-views from WWE, but the reports have been going around on the internet saying that Sting was injured at Night of Champions in his world title match last night. So yeah, I looked up an article online, and apparently the reports say that Seth Rollins delivered a turnbuckle powerbomb to Sting, and it injured his back or something. And there was also an article on Facebook, and in the comments, people were actually blaming Seth Rollins for it, and this is kind of what I'm here to talk about. So people are blaming Seth Rollins for Sting's injury, and honestly, guys, I call bullshit. Honestly, I call bullshit. Why? Because, first of all, Sting shouldn't be in a wrestling ring in the first place. I mean, he's how old? 56? 56 years old. Of course he's probably going to get injured. I mean, what do you expect? It's not because Rollins botched anything. It's because Sting is old. He's 56. His body he is not what he used to be. You know, his body is not what it used to be. And he shouldn't be in a wrestling ring anymore. And if he keeps wrestling like this, it's going to kill him. I mean, not literally, but I mean, if he keeps, wrestling like this, of course, he's going to get a lot of injuries because he is older. He's not in his prime anymore. Okay, it's just like Ric Flair, when he kept wrestling. I mean, the dude's in his 60s. He shouldn't be wrestling anymore. I mean, sure, some guys can do it. I mean, if he wants to do it, then, there's nothing you can do about it, but if they're not in shape, then they shouldn't be wrestling. I mean, it's just like, and this actually involves Sting, oddly enough. In TNA, back in 2011, when Sting and Ric Flair had that match on Impact, and I think it was I think it was Ric Flair that was setting up the superplex, and it was one of them, and there was a superplex spot. And anyways, when Ric Flair fell on his back, he tore something. I think it might have been like a rotator cuff or something like that. But he tore something, and it was because he fell off the top turnbuckle and he landed on his back. Why? Because the dude was like 62 years old. He shouldn't have been in the ring. He shouldn't be taking bumps like that anymore. And if he does, he's probably most likely going to injure himself. And that's what happened with Sting. Okay, and then people are literally going after Seth Rollins and saying it's his fault. No, it's not. Okay, use common sense, people. Seth Rollins did not intentionally. Oh, of course he didn't intentionally, but I mean, he is not the one. He technically, yeah, he did, but, the reason Sting is really injured, the real reason Sting is injured is because he's getting in a wrestling ring when he is not in the shape to do that anymore. I mean, again, the guy is 56 years old. I mean, he's not in his prime anymore. The only reason he probably didn't get injured at WrestleMania when he wrestled Triple H is because, Triple H and Seth Rollins, there's an age difference there, and they wrestle different styles. So they probably weren't getting that crazy. I mean, even though a turnbuckle powerbomb isn't exactly crazy, but I mean, neither of them are probably taking a lot of major bumps either, because neither guy is a spring chicken anymore. I mean, Triple H is 46. There's a 10-year age difference, but still Triple H is 46 and Sting is 56. Neither of those guys, both of those guys only wrestle. I mean, Sting has wrestled 2 matches two matches in WWE this year. Triple H has wrestled a few matches as well. I mean, that's what they both do now. And so you got to expect injuries to happen. So, I don't mean this as disrespect to Sting. I respect Sting. I respect everything he's done. He's a legend. He's a great wrestler, but he shouldn't be wrestling in a wrestling ring anymore. I mean, like I said, the guy's not in his prime. He's 56. The guy honestly just needs to retire. He's got nothing else to prove. So again, not disrespecting Sting. I respect everything Sting has done in the wrestling business. I really do. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. Just saying, he probably shouldn't be wrestling anymore for the same reason that Ric Flair shouldn't be wrestling anymore, because the dude's in his 60s. He just shouldn't be wrestling anymore. He's going to get injured. He's going to get killed in that wrestling ring. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's possible. but I don't know. I'm not saying Sting's going to get killed in the wrestling ring. I mean, you know what I mean. He could get seriously injured because he's old. You know, I mean, shouldn't be wrestling in the ring anymore. But yeah, I'm getting flustered here. But yeah, so I hope Sting is okay. You know, I hope he's able to. I mean, if he still wants to wrestle, I hope the injury doesn't prevent him from wrestling one or two more matches. You know, and I hope he gets through the injury all right. So yeah, I wish Sting all the best, and I hope he gets through this injury. And I hope people will quit blaming Seth Rollins because, I mean, how many people has he done the turnbuckle powerbomb to? They haven't gotten injured. Why? Because they're not 56 years old. They're in ring shape. You know, they have the ability to take those type of bumps. Sting really doesn't anymore. So yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. You know, I see people blaming Seth Rollins. You know, wrestling fans lacking freaking logic as usual. So yeah, whatever on that. So yeah, that's it, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.